All right, today we're going to be doing surface area of some different 3D shapes. Now, surface area is what is the area of each side all added together. So, for example, you have a rectangular prism. How many sides are there? There's 6 sides. But luckily, each of them has a match. So really, you have to find the area of 3 sides and then double it. So let's talk about our first side. Let's use the front of it, the 4x3. So you've got the 4x3, which is 12. Then you also have the side you can see along the side over here, this side right here. We're going to call that the second side, and that's going to be 4x10. And that's 40. And then we have the third side, which would be like the top or the bottom. And that's 3x10, which is 30. So that would be the area of all the sides we can see. So that would be 70, 82. But what about the sides we can't see? Well, they're the identical shape. So all you have to do is multiply it by 2 and get 164 square, whatever these are. We'll call them inches today. Okay, so that all you do is find the area of each side. Really easy to do. Now, what happens when you have a cylinder? Well, we have to find the area of the circle on the top and the circle on the bottom. So that's pretty easy. Area equals pi r squared. So that's going to be 3.14 times 4, because this is 2 squared. Okay, so that's going to be 12.56. Well, that's the area of one of them. So if we double it to get the bottom, yes, I'm taking the old-fashioned way out and adding them. It comes up to 25.12. So that's the top and the bottom. But how do we find the lateral surface area of a cylinder? Well, that's going to be found. We need the distance around times the height. The distance around times the height. So circumference equals 2 pi r in this case. So 2 pi r would be, 2 times 3.14 times 2. So we'd end up with 4 times 3.4. That's going to be 12.56. Then we have to multiply it, because this is the distance around times the height, to get this whole lateral surface area. So times 10 equals 125.6. So I add these two together, and I get like 150.72. So that one's a little bit different. How about this triangular prism? How many sides to it are there? Well, there's the front and the back end. And then there's 3 other sides. We're talking about 5 total sides. So let's figure out the 2 triangles first. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. So this is going to be 1/2 times 4 times 6. So the area of each one of these would be 12. Since we have 2 of them, we'd multiply it by 2 and get 24. So there's 2 sides taken care of. But what about the 3 rectangular shapes? So we have 24. This one, if you look at it, is a 5x10, which would be 50. On the other side is an identical side, so it would also be 50. And then what about this bottom rectangle that we're sleeping on? It's on the ground, I guess you would say. So that would be a 6x10, or 60. So you add those up together, and you're going to get like 184, and it's going to be square, in this case probably feet. So those are some quick examples. Take your time, really look at them. Just remember to find the area of each side.